Good evening, everyone. Thank you for joining us. I'm Olivia Lemon. 4 men are arrested after Worcester police say they were stealing bikes from young boys at gunpoint. Police say it happened on Stockton and Ames Street Thursday night. Our Brittany Schaefer went to the neighborhood where it happened and has more on the investigation.
After hearing this, I was just absolutely shocked.
4 teens are arrested Thursday night after an alleged armed robbery. Worcester police say 3 boys ages 12 to 14 were riding their bikes on Ames Street when the teens pulled a handgun demanding their bicycles.
The 3 male victims were in fear for their safety, handed over their bicycles, at which time the group of suspects took the bikes and fled the scene.
Sergeant Michael Hanlon says the victims then went home and told their mothers. One mother called Worcester police and another went out to try to find the suspects.
Police responded, and a short time later they received an update from one of the mothers that she observed a group of males in the area of Dorchester Street that matched the description of the suspects.
Worcester police say this sort of activity involving youth is alarming, but the victims responded in the correct way.
A group of 16, 17, 18-year-old kids are on the streets at night preying on young victims who are just out there riding their bikes in their neighborhood. So it's definitely concerning.
Residents in the area are shocked this happened to young boys trying to enjoy their summer.
I haven't heard anything like that since I've been here. It's devastating. I mean, there's kids just trying to ride their bikes, getting out, having fun.
I can't believe that happened. I guess age is just is a number to us, but people don't care who they rob.
Brittany Schaefer, Worcester News Tonight.
A Worcester man is arrested Thursday night after police say he threatened 3 people with a knife. Worcester police say 48-year-old Ramon Castro was screaming in his apartment, banging on the walls and throwing things out the window. Police say a 58-year-old female resident of the 3rd floor in the apartment attempted to go to the 1st floor and call police. The victim told police at this point Castro was chasing after her with a knife. Police say Castro chased after 2 other people with the knife. Police arrived on scene and he was arrested. Castro is charged with 3 counts of assault with a dangerous weapon. The family of a Massachusetts girl who was killed 23 years ago is once again appealing for help in solving the case. Holly Piraninen disappeared from a country road near her grandparents' summer cottage in Sturbridge in 1993. Her remains were found more than 2 months later. The Hampden District Attorney says Holly's family is asking anyone who has any possible information about her disappearance, call the office. The Green Hill Neighborhood Association is hosting a ribbon cutting Saturday at Grant Square Park. The renovated Worcester Park opened last year, but an official ceremony was never held. Lieutenant Governor Karen Polito, Mayor Joe Petty, and City Manager Edward Augustus are all expected to be there. The annual picnic at the park will be held after the ribbon cutting. Members of the Neighborhood Association say it is exciting to see the park remodeled and put to good use.
This year, for the first time, we have Recreation Worcester at the park, taking care of children. We've trained city workers, youth workers. They have like 7 trained city workers. Parents drop their kids there from 9 o'clock in the morning till 5:30. That's one of the greatest things that came out of our hard work.
Again, the event is tomorrow from noon to 4 at Grant Square Park. They say everyone is welcome. Tonight is opening ceremonies for the 2016 Summer Olympics in Rio. 2 members from the College of the Holy Cross will be spending the next 2 weeks at the Games. Our Cam Jandro has the story.
Olivia, Annie Shea graduated from Holy Cross in 2012 and was one of the school's most decorated swimmers. Now, she's not competing in Rio, but she is currently down at the Olympic Games doing some work. Annie is in Brazil covering the Games for a sports marketing agency in Switzerland. She has also been blogging about her experiences so far at the Olympics for Holy Cross. I caught up with one of her former coaches today to get his reaction on one of his swimmers visiting the Olympics.
You know, it's great that we have that international connection, that our faculty are so well respected, that we have someone down there at the Olympics. It really makes it even more personal for us. For me as a coach, I've already checked out the heats, who's swimming when, and so it's an exciting time for my sport especially.
Coach Parento tells us that beyond Holy Cross, Worcester has a very rich sports history, and it's great to see Central Massachusetts being represented at the games.
So yeah, it just really is exciting that you know people down there, and I have Annie's phone number, so if I want to, I can give her a call, and I know she'll pick it up too. So.
Holy Cross economics professor Victor Matheson is also attending the Olympics in Rio for researching purposes. The first of his published pieces can be found on golocalworcester.com. Now, Annie's blog can be found on goholycross.com, and she'll be continuing to post throughout the entire Olympics. As for the games, opening ceremonies are now underway, and the Olympics are finally here. Olivia, I'll send it back to you.
All right, Cam, thank you. Tonight is the Worcester Bravehearts' last home game of the regular season. The team takes on the Martha's Vineyard Sharks tonight. The Bravehearts season will continue next week in the playoffs. The team clinched the West Division and could go into the postseason as the 1 or 2 seed. The playoff schedule is still being finalized. The Worcester Railers are closing in on a name for their team mascot. The mascot was revealed as a rail yard pup dog during a Worcester Bravehearts game. The team is asking for fans' input on what the mascot's name should be. The Railers have narrowed it down to 3 options: Tracks, Rally, and Coach. The team name is expected to be announced on Monday. An update to a story we brought you last month about a local winery fighting to keep its liquor license from being taken away at the end of the year. Our Andy Madison has a look at how state lawmakers stepped in to help keep the business open.
Facing an uncertain future has made these summer months a little tough at Nashoba Valley Winery.
It's too bad that we had brought it to their attention months and months ago, and that it had to wait till the end in order to get something resolved.
Since word spread about the state's Alcoholic Beverages Control Commission taking away one of the winery licenses and forcing the staff to choose between the winery and the restaurant, many have worried the place they love to get wine from might close.
We had started coming, and just knowing that it was going to be shut down was just really disappointing, because it was just a really nice place for all of us girls, or even with my mother, to come on a Sunday or even a late afternoon just for a few hours to get out of the house.
At issue was the location of the winery and the restaurant. The ABCC claims the two weren't close enough together to allow the company to have a farmer's distiller's license, restaurant license, and winery license. Pelletier says the winery has been around for more than 15 years and never had a problem. That's when state lawmakers stepped in and looked at the language in the state law covering the word premises in relation to where alcohol can be served.
The legislation has expanded that to mean premises, to mean the property and other buildings on the property, as long as they're contiguous to each other.
In a late night session Sunday night, lawmakers passed a bill changing the location requirements, which, if signed by the governor, will allow the winery to remain in operation. Legislation bringing relief to Pelletier and its customers.
It's a good thing that it's all turning around into a good, positive ending.
It's great for us that we had that many supporters.
The legislation passed earlier this week is certainly a small victory for the winery, but by no means is this fight over. They now have to apply for the new permits for next year. In Bolton, Andy Madison, Worcester.